This tutorial will show you how to invoice recurring items in Assistance PSA. Best practice is to invoice recurring items via batch invoicing. Go to the Sales module and click Invoices. In the top ribbon bar, hit the Batch Invoicing button. Now change the project type to Recurring Items. The next two fields will define the invoicing period. You want to invoice your monthly recurring items for June. Change the invoice date to the 1st of this month. Refresh your screen. PSA will bring you all the projects that have recurring items within the period defined by you. Each line will give you the project number and name, account, and amount to be invoiced for each project. Note that if a project has multiple recurring items, they will be summed up by project. Consequently, if you have multiple recurring items for an account, best practice is to create a project per recurrence type. For example, one project for your monthly recurring items and one for your annual recurring items. If you have already generated a payment within the period specified in the header, it will show up here. The variance between invoice amount and invoiced will be displayed in this last column. Now check the projects you wish to invoice and click OK. All your invoices will now be automatically created. Click OK and close the window. Back in the invoice entity, refresh your screen. Your newly created invoices will appear. You will notice that the period is displayed next to the invoice's description. This is only possible if you have set the related parameter in the PSA settings screen. When this option is checked, PSA will then indicate the corresponding period on the invoice. Note that this will not work if one invoice has different recurrence type, monthly and yearly, for example. Now open the invoice and go to the Line Items section. You will see the details of your recurring items. One final note. It is possible to invoice a recurring item directly from a project. This, however, should only be used to manage exceptions. When invoicing from a project, PSA will not validate if a payment has been done and will not update the batch invoicing table with the information. You have just invoiced recurring items in PSA. Your next step is to go in Assistance PSA and do the corresponding exercise in the step-by-step guide, The Fundamentals.